Coming up next on the CHGO Cubs podcast, presented by Toyota and Bet365, 3-0 Padres. We are going to Game 3. We'll talk about all the decisions the Cubs made in this game that maybe did or didn't work. We'll talk about the offense that didn't show up in Game 2. And more importantly, what do we need to have happen in Game 3? CHGO Cubs post-game show next. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? It's the CHGO Cubs post-game show podcast, driven by Toyota. Let's go places and Bet365, whatever the moment is never ordinary. Use code CHGO365 at sign up. 3-0 Padres, Luke Stuckmeyer, Joey Christopoulos, Justin Roman, Sarah running the ones and twos, and Emma on the social. Well, this is not the post-game show we wanted.
No.
We all did everything we could. We brought in sweets. We brought in Omaha
Smiles.
Steaks, jumbo, gourmet hot dogs. We brought in smiles. We brought in positivity. Yeah. We ate the cake.
Some more than others.
Luke, did you eat the cake?
I've had 4 pieces of cake in 3 days. 2 days.
I want to give a quick shout out to Portillo's, who they did kindly provide us with Portillo's cake today because of the rally cakes that we created yesterday.
Yep.
Even though they did not work today, we are hopeful that they will work tomorrow, and we do appreciate them giving us these cakes.
Heavy box of cake. At that point, we didn't know there were 2 cakes in the box.
Portillo's sponsor us.
Justin's wife, Kenzie, also brought us a cake. From scratch, she made a cake.
She made it.
So we had 3 cakes here, and yes, I tried all of them. Actually, I've had 4 slices of cake in 2 days. That's right. Anyways, like the cakes today, the Cubs offense didn't finish the job. Right? I couldn't finish the cake because I got a little over my skis, and the offense couldn't finish the job. Guys left on base. What did we end up with? 4 hits?
4 hits, 5 men left on base.
Okay. We will talk about Darvish and all the other stuff coming up in the show. And we'll get to we'll try to get to as many comments as we can in the live YouTube chat here at the all-new CHGO Cubs YouTube channel, which tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a total stranger. We will have a watch-along whenever that game is, Game 3, winner takes all tomorrow at Wrigley Field. We'll be here again, and we'll have post-game and live watch-along again. But let's face it, this game was all about offense. All the worries about the opener and Shota and this and that and yada, yada, yada. The problem has been that there hasn't been enough offense in 2 games. They're lucky it came at the right time in Game 1. Mm-hmm. Today, just nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, and look, I'm going to shut my computer for this one because this is going to come
from the heart.
Come from the heart. And look, Cubs fans, I know we're upset right now, and I promise you, the 3 of us, we're going to have a healthy dose of some optimism for you at the course of this first hour. But I will start off and say, today's game was, if you could bottle up what all of Cubs fans' fears and nightmares and things that could go wrong and things that maybe the Padres had an advantage over the Chicago Cubs, it all happened in this game.
Yep.
And lucky for us, we were at least able to have some desserts and sweets while we watched our nightmares play out before our very eyes. What were those nightmares, right? Fernando Tatis getting on base and making great plays in right field. Manny Machado hitting a 2-run bomb and flexing that superstar muscle. Dylan Cease looking like a true ace, getting a lot of swing and miss. Mason Miller still continuing his quest to never give up a run until the end of time. And then obviously the bullpen as well. The Adrian Morehone was great. Robert Suarez got the job done. Cubs don't score any runs, men left on base, and we're going to drill into guys that haven't been getting it done the first 2 games and guys that, frankly, I'm a little scared of. But, Justin, this is just basically what happened. The Cubs played a really great fundamental game with clutch hitting in Game 1 that was non-existent in Game 2. And in Game 2, all the things that the Padres are good at, their strengths, came to the forefront in this game, and that's why they won 3-0.
Yeah, I'd say that yesterday we can all agree that Craig Counsell pressed all the right buttons. And I'll say in this game, I don't think he did, but it didn't matter because the offense was non-existent. And you can complain about Counsell's choices, and we'll talk about the opener and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. They didn't score a half a run. They scored nothing. You cannot – I've been a baseball fan my whole life. You cannot win games without scoring a run. So I think it starts and stops with the offense, the ice-cold offense that you saw at Wrigley Field today.
Yeah, they couldn't get it going, and here's the deal. Yes, Game 1 went well because we had some guys step up with big home runs, and then they got the insurance run, and Matthew Boyd was the star, and we were fighting over trying to pick the top 3 stars of the game. Mm-hmm. You have to tip your cap at some point to the Padres in this too. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to throw 100% of the blame on the Cubs offense. You got to tip your cap. Dylan Cease was dirty. Mm-hmm. Morajan was dirty. Mm-hmm. And Miller came in and was absolutely filthy until he hit a guy, barely, by like this much.
Is there a better pitcher in the game than Mason Miller? I mean, you saw today and yesterday, but like today, you saw he's lights out. He's unbelievable.
And this Chapman factor.
Yes.
Chapman factor, right?
But the bottom line is all of their stars did what they were supposed to do in this game, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Their star pitcher did it. Their star closers did it. Tatis did it with the unbelievable catch that may have changed the game at the end. Like, if there's one play that I say changed the game, that might be it. Mm-hmm. And Machado hit the home run.
Yeah.
All of their stars came through. None of the Cubs stars came through in Game 2. It's over. That's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
But now you got to flush it and move on to Game 3. But the reality is you got to tip your cap to the Padres. Their backs were to the wall. This was the end of their season if they didn't do it. Tatis got on. Machado drove him in. Their pitching was the perfect game plan for them. Mm-hmm. Even Schilt couldn't screw it up.
Right.
He tried to.
Right? That's what Padres fans are saying right now. Even Schilt couldn't have screwed this up. I thought he was making a mistake taking Mason Miller out there.
Agreed.
But he got away with it because of a great catch. A great catch.
Yes.
Yeah, and unfortunately, one of the things coming into this series that I think a lot of people that I would read and trust were worried about a little bit was Cubs hitters versus velocity. And so far through 2 games, it's been a problem for the Chicago Cubs, and the San Diego Padres are giving them everything they got, right? They have 24 strikeouts now in 2 games, guys. Oh, and I think they only have 2 walks. Ian Happ and PCA are 0 for 14 with 10 strikeouts right now in the series.
And they've both looked horrible doing it.
Well, yeah, they haven't been very competitive at bats.
No.
And PCA, first and foremost, is I hate to say it, is offensively he's laying an egg right now in this series, and I'm a bit surprised by that. But this thing is when you're going to have to start getting into that cliche of like you got to dig really deep, right? And I'm telling you, you can't strike out 13 times in Game 1 and 11 times in Game 2 and expect that you're going to have offensive success. You got to start digging deep. You got to start trying to grind these at-bats out, get yourself into some better counts. And that high fastball right now is really giving the Chicago Cubs a hard time. Good news is I think Darvish is thrown with velocity throughout his career, right? But I don't think it's at the level of a Nick Pivetta or a Dylan Cease. Right. It's going to be a little bit more about like all these different pitch shapes and everything like that. So maybe a bit of a different look. But Justin, I mean, look, like they ain't going nowhere unless those aspects of the game turn themselves around tomorrow.
Yeah, and I got to say, too, I don't see Counsell sitting Happ or PCA or Tuck. I don't see that happening. But I want to ask you guys, do you see a lineup order shift? Because, I mean, we're dying with Happ in the 3-hole. I mean, he's looked horrible, right? Mm-hmm. Do you drop him down a little bit? Again, because Kyle Tucker, I don't think can play the outfield, you can't sit him. But, I mean, do you feel good going into Game 3, a do-or-die game with this version of Ian Happ being your number 3 hitter tomorrow? I don't feel good about that.
Yeah, and it's also hard because I know a lot of people would say you got to get Ballesteros into the lineup somehow to spark the offense. But then it's where? Are you willing to actually sit Kyle Tucker?
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. Ballesteros came in and he was overwhelmed by a stud pitcher too today.
Yeah.
So it's hard to look at that and say, well, look, he didn't get a hit. Well, nobody was getting a hit off that guy. He had struck out 11 straight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going back to the regular season, 11 straight guys.
He struck out 11 straight, and then he just caught a piece of Michael Busch's pant leg. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a small change, but knowing Counsell, I would say there's not going to be a ton of change in tomorrow's lineup. That said, everything will be faster tomorrow. Everything will be faster paced because it won't be just the Padres feeling it. It'll be both teams feeling it. But if this were to play out the same way again tomorrow, you would look back at the end of the season and into the offseason, you would say, well, did you expect to win a series where Happ, Tucker, and PCA pretty much gave you nothing?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Right.
Yeah,
especially when your top 2 pitchers, Steele and Horton, are down. You're really going with your 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's be honest. Michael Busch is looking for his first hit too, as well. He's looked better at the plate, right? He's hit a ball to the track, and he's tracking the ball, at least in the box, better than those guys. But he doesn't have a hit yet either.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. And we said going into the series, if the Padres have one check mark that they can definitely say is better than the Cubs, you would say bullpen. Now the Cubs won the battle of that in Game 1.
Yep.
The Cubs check mark is supposed to be on offense.
Yeah.
Right now, today, that check mark was not in their box. So just like bullpen didn't go in the Padres box for Game 1, offense hasn't gone their way in Game 2 for the Cubs. This is it, man. Winner takes all. I was disappointed about 10 minutes ago, and then I started getting the juices going because now we get winner takes all. And in baseball or in any sport, that is it.
But that scares.
That's what we dream of.
That scares the heck out of me because I truly believe the Cubs are the better team. But in a one-game winner takes all, anybody can beat anybody. You know, in football, they say any given Sunday, right? Anybody could beat anybody. So, now who has the momentum? The Padres just won. We got a lot of pressure because we're the home team at good old Wrigley Field with our home fans. Do the Padres have the momentum now? Do the Cubs have all the pressure in the world tomorrow?
No.
It's one game. I'm assuming J-Mo's pitching for us. Joey, I like what you said. Darvish, nothing but respect
it's
for the guy.
officially announced, by the way.
Officially?
Jared Willis said Jameson Taillon will start Game 3 for the Cubs tomorrow.
Perfect.
Great,
So
thank you.
He's been great. J-Mo's been great. Joey, I love your point. You, Darvish, tons of respect for the guy, but he doesn't have the stuff anymore or the velocity anymore of Nick Pivetta and Dylan Cease. So I would argue that bodes well for us. But, any given Sunday, I mean, he could pitch a gem. Our offense, you kind of see down the lineup, this guy's pressing. Hitting's contagious in a positive way, and I also think hitting is contagious in a negative way.
Yeah, you also might see J.P. Sears out there too as well, who's like a back-end rotation guy, but a left-hander. Mm-hmm. So I understand that we're going to get our shot at Darvish, but as you said, Luke, like this game is going to be really fast-paced tomorrow. And what we mean by fast-paced is that the leash is going to be incredibly short.
Yeah.
Like if you thought pulling Matthew Boyd after 58 pitches was a short leash or something like that, like prepare yourself for tomorrow because it's all hands on deck. In regards to the lineup, I don't think you're subbing anybody out. I get it. I'm glad to see Moises Ballesteros get into that situation. Obviously, he's pinch hitting for Matt Shaw. Not a surprise there. Justin, I will say we're going to go to a break here in a second, and I want to look it up. But I would not be surprised if they go back to a lineup configuration that we saw before early on this year with Seiya in the 3, Tucker cleanup, Carson Kelly 5, and then you make a decision on PCA Happ at 6-7.
Yeah.
And maybe you do something along those lines, because the one thing that we can at least all agree on through 2 games is that Seiya Suzuki is still locked in, and he's your most dangerous hitter that you got going on right now.
Joey,
and maybe you got to make that move now.
Would you bring Dansby above Happ and PCA, because Dansby also has been hitting pretty well?
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe. But I don't know if Counsell will. I might, but I don't know if Counsell will. How do you feel about this heading into Game 3? Winner takes all tomorrow. We're on the CHGO Cubs postgame show podcast. We'll be right back. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Hey, Cubs fans, the Bet365 early payout offer. You're a winner if your team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets in NFL games and parlay selections marked as winners. So download the app. Use the code CHGO365 when you sign up. We got NFL offers all throughout the season. There's the Thursday Night Football $10 safety net bet. Sunday Night Football $365,000 jackpots if you place a bet for $10. The first touchdown scorer gets a split of that $365K in bonus bets if your player scores the final touchdown of the game also. It's payable regardless of that first touchdown score. Monday Night Football, 50% super profit boost token on SGPs. Those are same game parlays, kids. 100% parlay boost, and double your winnings on parlays with Bet365 100% parlay boost. So here's what you got to do. Head on over to Bet365. Use it all during the playoff season for $200 in bonus bets when you bet 5. Use code CHGO365, $10. Place a bet for 5, $200 in bonus bets on player props. Must be 21 plus or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling referral service can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. Remember, in-app only.
Let's talk about this. You know, the world's gone soft lately, and that's fine when you're talking about cashmere sweaters or like an old T-shirt that just feels. But everybody's getting a trophy for showing up.
Don't like it.
Everything needs to be bubble wrapped. Soda used to have some kick to it. Now it's all about pretty colors and fizz. You know, RC Cola is not a soft drink. It's just a damn good cola. It's the original cola that doesn't fold under pressure. RC's the OG cola in a world of spineless soft drinks. No trends, no gimmicks, no glow up. RC hasn't changed their stripes since 1905 because they didn't need to. It's the same bold, crisp flavor it's always been. RC Cola tastes like a punch in the thirst. So stock up for all your parties and your Cubs celebrations because RC is the move. Cubs get shut out 3-0 in Game 2. There will be a Game 3. Winner takes all at Wrigley tomorrow. Before we get to our Toyota Super Chat from our guy Mo and talk a little more about the offense and more, and even some sound from Pete Crow-Armstrong inside the Cubs clubhouse from our guy Carm, I want to tell you about the Die Hard sale we have going on right now, because if you want to follow along with this and the Bears, the rest of the season for the Bears too, this is the time to do it. We're at $36. A couple ways to do it right now. $36 is a really low offer we have going right now on the Die Hard membership for the 1 year. You could also choose to do $59 for 1 year, and with that, you get the limited time branded Bills CHGO Die Hard hat. So, and those are while those last, is all that part goes for. So, good time to join our CHGO Die Hard family. Thousands already there. Let's do the Toyota Super Chat, and then I want to go to PCA, and then I want to bring it full circle after that. Our guy Mo with a $5 Super Chat says, the teams that won are both teams who are stealing, bunting, and moving runners over. Cubs are still trying to homer their way to wins. Gotta take chances. Very interesting. Let's cycle back to that in a second, but first, our guy Mark Carman is at Wrigley Field. Is that ready, Sarah? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Anyways, Carm is there. He's credentialed. He's inside the clubhouse. He's getting us sound bites. And this is PCA at his locker. PCA has really struggled at the plate in this series.
Playing in October, making your mark in October, now that you have one game left potentially to make your individual mark on a postseason, how much are you feeling that? And where's your confidence?
0. The confidence is in the same exact place it's been all year. I don't think that's what I show up here to do, is make my individual mark. My job is, and again, I've said this so much this year, so I hope everybody takes that with them, is that I love playing center field. And right now, that's my job. That is, you've seen the outfield play the last 2 days. Seiya's been nails, Ian's been nails. We've gotten a lot of action. So that's my goal. the ebb and flow or the ups and downs of my offensive game is it's just the thing that I come and attack every day coming to the cage. So I feel no pressure about making my individual mark, only because my goal is just to play as long into October and then hopefully early November as I can.
So PCA not feeling pressure at the plate. You know, he's had some bad swings, but not that we haven't seen those during stretches of the season, and then the next at bat's a home run. So, like, that's just kind of who he is right now at this point in his career. Back to Mo's Toyota Super Chat before we went to the PCA Sound, talking about, listen, they're trying to homer their way to wins. First of all, they did it yesterday and they won, but they also got the insurance run that made you more comfortable at the end, and that was a manufactured run. But they did actually win the game by homering twice.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, I sound like a broken record. I am a big fan of small ball in the playoffs. And yesterday, I know we won, and I said it on yesterday's post-game show. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but when Ian Happ was up first and second, nobody out, I was screaming for a bunt. I was screaming for it. Move those guys over. He didn't bunt, and what'd he do? He grounded into a double play, okay? Nico Hoerner's been on base now 2 games in a row, and you don't even attempt to steal. There was a time I thought when PCA was up today, I think it was first and second, 2 outs. This kid's a phenomenal bunter, and he's struggling at the plate, and there was a lefty on the mound. I'm a lefty myself. Why not try a drag bunt? Use your legs, move it down the line. I just feel like there's no small ball. Yes, Luke, you're right. At the end of yesterday's game, there was one manufactured run, but that's it. He's not wrong. They're trying to homer their way to victory. It did work yesterday, but you saw a couple bruises there, and today you saw it big time. Small ball is really not existing, and you got to change your theory a little bit because tomorrow is a do-or-die ball game.
The Cubs scored 3 runs yesterday. 2 of them were via home run.
Yep.
The Padres scored 3 runs today. 2 of them were via home run.
Yep.
It's really almost been the same game.
You're right.
But I would be, to your point, I would be shocked if we play 3 games against the Padres and the series ends and the Cubs have not stolen a base.
It's crazy.
I'll be floored because they were all about it all season. Major League Baseball was all about it.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that the home run has actually won both games.
Yeah, and look, I think
the difference.
I think when we're talking small ball too as well, and just listen to PCA right now. I mean, credit to him, right? He's 23 years old, and you can tell that he's wearing his emotions right now, but he's doing it as sincerely and as authentically as he can, and trying to give a sense of honesty, but also try and take a sense of optimism into the next day.
Right.
Justin, to your point, I mean, yesterday I completely agree with you on that Ian Happ. That was a really interesting situation. Today there weren't as many opportunities. That first hit for Nico Hoerner early on, could you have maybe gotten the runners going and try and have him steal a base? Yeah, possibly. That definitely could have been a moment when you look back at the series that Ian Happ is having. Start thinking about that a little bit more. When we talk about small ball, though, there are certain aspects, though, that I would like to see more from the Chicago Cubs that go beyond just, bunting. Like, I mean, where are the walks? Where are the working of the counts? I think that they've, sometimes there's a situation where you got to survive some really nasty pitches, right? And that's also a part of playing small ball and trying to grind out in a bat is, can you foul off some of this stuff? Can you, if you're going to be biting on these high heaters, right, can you foul off a couple of them and just try and stay alive? The outer portion of the plate, that coverage with guys like Matt Shaw has been difficult at times the first 2 games. And when it comes to a guy like PCA, yeah, I'm with you, man, and I wish I had an answer. I'm trying to get like inside of his head, right? He can't help but swing at the first pitch because I think that he feels like the percentages of what kind of pitch he's going to get, he's more confident in than taking that first pitch and being down 0-1. I think the calculus for him at 0-1 now, his wheels start turning a little bit. And it's a bummer, too, because, man, the last 5 or 6 days, I loved what I saw from PCA, and it was that small ball. He laid down a bunt at one point. He was letting the ball get a little bit deeper to him and hitting it the other way and just trying to put it in play and use that speed to his own advantage. And to this point right now, it's been swinging at high heat, swinging at slider in, swinging at the 54-foot dirt ball, and he's flailing out there right now. They're not even competitive swings.
I want to piggyback one thing.
For sure.
It's not only small ball. You're right. Grinding out at bats. You said we all saw Kyle Tucker be up 3-1 in the count.
Right.
And we said it's got to be a small zone for you to even swing.
Yes.
And what did he do? He swung at a borderline ball strike. Okay, it could have been a strike, could have been a ball, but he swung at it and missed it horribly and ended up, I believe, striking out or getting out for sure. Those kind of things in a playoff game, those matter. You need base runners. And I was very disappointed in that Kyle Tucker at bat because I feel like he knows better, and it kind of just shows me that he's just not right.
You're right. 100% it shows that he's not locked in at the plate. A couple of good comments. Just slightly before this, Sarah, KM was saying, first of all, Evil Wax said it is hard to bunt 100 miles an hour. Then right before that, Travis, 24 strikeouts, 2 games, unacceptable. KM says it's not about winning or not winning to homer, but the way they swing is always to homer, not just to get hits. And here's what I would say about that. I don't totally disagree with that, like, because of what you're saying with Tucker. Like, you see some big swings, and PCA will give you some monster swings. And I have said that about PCA throughout the season. I would love to see anybody who's struggling, but especially when you've got Mason Miller in there cranking 104, 103, pumping 102, and then, like, just blistering speed. I would like to see some of the Cubs, and I haven't really seen this all year. I would like to see them do the old school Rizzo choke-up, the Little League choke-up. How do you pick up the speed? Shorten that bat a little bit.
And Cody Bellinger was good at that too. Cody Bellinger last year did it for us too. 2-strike was a totally different approach for him.
And I give him great credit for that. Like, he didn't have the home runs that everybody wanted necessarily all the time. Yep. He was a terrific two-strike swinger.
I've been harping on Kyle Tucker a lot, and I apologize for that, but I will give him credit for he was down 2 strikes in an at-bat, and he kind of flicked it, and he flicked it out to left field. That, to me, was a change of approach.
Yeah.
And that was nice to see. But, again, small ball, yes. Grinding out at bats, yes. I don't think we saw either one of those things today.
Well, what's just been frustrating, too, is that when you go, like, we play the game all the time of what does the pitcher do against the hitter the second time through an order or the third time through an order. I would challenge this Cubs offense to how are you going to adjust from your first time seeing this pitcher to the second time. I don't think you're going to get a third crack at Yu Darvish tomorrow. Right. You might get a second crack, but that's the part where the adjustments of at least seeing a guy a second time, I don't think we've seen a lot of productive gains on that front. I mean, Dylan Cease just ate Ian Happ's lunch today, dude. He had absolutely just no chance out there.
And he has for his whole career.
His whole career. And that's tough, right? Especially for Ian Happ, who's trying to have a good series, who isn't having a good series, to go up against a guy that kind of has your number a little bit, and then to just really just absolutely scorch you in this game. It's really tough to see. But again, we've said it before on the show the last couple of days. You're only as good as your next day starter, and it won't be Dylan Cease and it won't be Nick Pivetta. But this Cubs offense specifically, I don't think I'm ahead of my skis by saying it's a little bit of some soul-searching time right now, right? Because tomorrow is it. That is it. So what kind of approach do you want to have tomorrow? What kind of approach do you want to have that's going to get the Chicago Cubs with traffic on the bases and run scoring?
I just want him to go into the game confident. Mm-hmm. I don't want him to go in worrying about today. Flush this game. Flush it and move on, but go into it. I would hope that every player has the approach that sort of Nico Horner has, right? I love the Nico approach. Some guys just have more power than he does.
Right.
So I'm not saying that they need to change everything because it's game 3 and this is it. They lose, they're out, or they win and they move on. Go back to what you were doing. Just do, for lack of a better term, be you. Yeah. And I know that doesn't work for Bears fans.
Yeah.
But go back to being you. Be that person, but at the same time, be smart.
Good, better, best. Never let it rest.
At the end of the day,
later in the show.
At the end of the day, we have one game in our house at Wrigley Field.
Yes.
And you like those odds. I mean, you'd rather be us than the Padres having a home game with our Wrigley Field faithful. And again, winner takes all. We all said we thought the Cubs were the better team before this series. I still believe that. Jameson Taillon has been really, really good for us. And Yu Darvish is not Pavetta, or Cease.
All right, we have some more sound coming from Carm after a quick break. I believe Jameson Taillon might be one of those. I think we have Kittredge sound coming in from the clubhouse, and we have another Toyota Super Chat coming from Mo. But first, a word from our sponsors. At Toyota's national sales event, they've got a long lineup of vehicles ready for you. Cubs fans, Toyota has 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. The RAV4 has legendary versatility. The Grand Highlander's adult-sized third row is for real, and the Tacoma's wild side, that comes standard. From job sites to campsites and game nights, there's an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive Toyota to get you there in style. Find yours at Toyota.com or visit your Chicago Toyota dealer. That's Toyota. Let's go places. What a time it is to be a CHGO diehard.
Perfect
right
time.
now.
Perfect time.
$36 is the special limited time offer. $59 if you want to upgrade it and get one of our limited edition branded Bills CHGO diehard lids.
Sick.
This is the time to do it, plus access to all of our written content, the Discord lounge, all the great stuff that comes with being one of our sickos. Join the group. You won't regret it.
Also, hey, coaches, listen up. If you're looking for more athletes to train, Eye on the Ball is where you need to be. The company created by CHGO diehards, they make it simple for you. You create your profile, you upload your background check, and boom, you're in the game. There's right now a new promo, coaches. You can get 6 months for free. It also can just be $50 a month or $500 for the whole year. Athletes of all ages and all sports can find you directly, and here's the best part. It does not mess with your schedule. So it doesn't mess with your schedule, your payments, or your business. You're in full control. They just connect you with athletes who are already looking for a coach like you. So if you are ready to grow your coaching business and reach more athletes, go check it out right now. It is eyeontheball.net. Remember that website, eyeontheball.net, the company created by CHGO diehards. Do not wait. Those athletes are out there right now looking for a coach like you.
Cubs get shut out 3-0 at Wrigley Field. Now it's winner takes all. Game 3 tomorrow at Wrigley. We will do a live watch along for Game 3. We will do a live post game after Game 3. And hopefully we're getting ready for a series against the Brewers sometime tomorrow night, whether that's in the afternoon or nighttime. We don't even know what time the game's going to be just yet. A couple of Toyota Super Chats, and then we're going to get some of the locker room sound from the Cubs players coming in from Mark Carmen. Mo with a Super Chat. Another one says, if they get a runner on, no outs, got to steal. I'm with you. Run the bases. Run the bases against
Depends
them.
on the runner, though, too.
Well, yes.
You know,
yes.
yeah.
If it's Carson Kelly, you're not necessarily
Right.
I like where
down to
I like
second
where your
base.
head's at, Mo, but not to be like an English teacher. You don't have to steal.
Oh,
you don't gotta
please.
steal.
Nico,
Sorry.
yes. Matt Shaw, yes. PCA, yes.
But I felt the emotion in that comment that I agree with on the whole.
I think he used the correct form of your, though.
Okay.
Just
Thank
all that
God.
it's all that I care
That's
about.
important.
I don't even know if he had one in there. KM with a Toyota Super Jet, $20.
Way to
Okay,
go.
thank
Thanks,
you,
KM.
Thank you.
You're always in
Yes.
the chat. Way to
always
go.
loyal. Counsell and Cubs in postseason interviews said they wanted home field for the fans to come and watch, while fans need to make some noise entire game tomorrow.
Agreed.
Curious if anybody else was at the game. Corey Friedman, you were there. What was it like? What was it like? What was the crowd like? Everybody was talking about yesterday after game 1 how the crowd was electric.
The broadcast had to turn the crowd down after Suzuki's home run. You guys see that?
They phase it out for a second. Yeah,
because it was so loud after Suzuki's home run.
Yeah.
That's the Wrigley faithful we need for tomorrow. Now, to the Wrigley Field faithful credit, there was no Suzuki bomb today. There was no Carson Kelly bomb today.
They were waiting for that Nico ball down the line to fall, and then Tatis kind of skipped over
Yes, exactly.
said, here you go. All right, we're going to get to the Kittredge opener, Shota stuff in a second, but let's fast forward to tomorrow already. Jameson Taillon is the starter for Game 3, biggest game of the season. Taillon will take the ball. He was in the clubhouse just minutes ago. Here he is.
Yes, I mean, I think the plan is to just let the game take me there a little bit. Kind of just go about my work and my process, let the game take up the adrenaline a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'm expecting to feel froggy and feel crisp, and that's where I think just double down and execute pitches.
You guys have weathered a lot of little storms this year and picked up pretty recently too. Just just fitting you to backs against the wall a little bit, but just what's that mindset of the way this team has been designed?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys hear us say it all the time. Like, we're a super professional group. Everyone's going to show up tomorrow, do their work, do their routines, and be ready to go. And we say it a lot throughout the season so that we're ready for these big games and these big moments. You know, you can always fall back on your routines and your processes. And this is a very experienced group, a lot of playoff experience in here. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think we need to go out there with the idea of our backs being against the wall. I think we go out there, play our game, execute our plan, and we'll be all right.
Does that seem like a guy that's overwhelmed you?
No.
No, it does not.
He's cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, he seems just fine. I think he's looking forward to this. He's been looking forward to this type of moment in his career. This is a guy that's pitched for the Yankees. I know there was a lot of Pirates, but pitched for the Yankees, been in the spotlight. Now he's been at Wrigley Field for a couple years. Jameson Taillon has been a good signing. Like, I know
Great
some people are like,
signing.
listen, I don't know. Like, he's been a great innings eater, and maybe that's not enough star power for what you want in Game 3 tomorrow. But the Padres aren't putting out Cy Young tomorrow either.
Right.
And Jameson Taillon has given you a lot of quality starts this year. And that leash will be shortened.
Yep.
So hopefully that magnifies how good he is for a stretch of time. I want him to get us to the guys that can get us on. And again, I don't believe this game is going to be about Taillon tomorrow. I believe Taillon will be fine, just like I thought Boyd was going to be fine. And Shota, as we'll talk about, was just fine. It's going to be about offense tomorrow. It's going to be about getting runs across. And I'm confident in Taillon.
Two things. With Taillon, I'd argue going into the postseason, our best pitcher was Cade Horton and then Jameson Taillon. Taillon was really, really good.
You're right.
And you said before, Mr. Quality Start. I mean, that's kind of what he puts out there. He'll give you a quality start almost every single time out, right? I will say that the offense needs to wake up for sure, but I'll double down by saying they need to score early and often on Yu Darvish. You saw today the recipe for disaster. You don't want to play from behind against San Diego Padres. Their bullpen is spectacular. So I think the game plan is score early, score often. Let's knock Darvish out in the second inning, and then play with a lead because, guess what? Our bullpen, as you saw in Game 1, is also stellar as well.
Yeah, with Jameson Taillon, he pounds the strike zone. He gets that first pitch strike all the time.
Yes.
So hopefully that there's, the emotions are going to be really, really high in this game. So hopefully that maybe creates a little bit of a rhythm where, he's getting a couple ground ball outs, maybe a couple quick innings, getting the crowd feeling pretty good. Because I don't know if he's going to strike out a bunch of guys. But like an 8-pitch first inning, Wrigley Field's going to be like, let's go. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I mean, Jameson Taillon just needs to do what Matthew Boyd and Shota Imanaga have done the first 2 games, is just keep the Cubs in the game. The Cubs have allowed 4 runs in 2 games. That should be enough for a winning formula. Shota went 4 1/3 innings with 2 runs allowed. That keeps you in the game. I understand that the Manny Machado home run, that home run bug got Shota once again, very apropos for his starts. It could happen to Jameson Taillon, too, as well. Hopefully there's no one on base when that happens. If you can keep it to a solo shot, you go, well, that's a little bit of what Jameson Taillon does, but you minimize that damage and leave it at a run. And look, I'm not going to sit around here and start ragging on our starters for giving up 1 or 2 runs in a start, right? You have to do more than that. I said before the series, the magic number to score the runs in this series is 4. Can the Chicago Cubs get to 4 runs tomorrow? If they do, I think they got a great shot, regardless of how Jameson Taillon pitches.
Yeah, I mean, Shota didn't lose this game.
No.
Shota didn't lose this game.
Was he at his best? No, but
no, he
still.
was not, but he did enough for the Cubs to be in this game to have a chance to win it. Frankly, they were still in it at the end. If Nico's ball goes down, they've got a shot. At the end, we were saying, man, just get that tying run to the plate.
Yeah.
Get
I
that
agree.
guy on base, right? We were feeling that. But as for the experiment of going with an opener for Shota and going with Kittredge pitching for the second straight game, but in a totally different role, and Shota in a totally different role, I think most people would say hindsight is 20/20, but it didn't work.
Right.
Let's hear from Kittredge. Mark Carman was in the clubhouse, or is in the clubhouse, getting interviews with Cubs players. This is Kittredge, I believe, Sarah? Okay, here we go.
Shota's been good all year long. I know he probably hasn't pitched down the stretch like he expects himself to. I mean, he's very, very good. And, to beat yourself up over one pitch, I mean, it happens in games. It's hard to swallow sometimes, but, we're going to give up runs. We're going to get hit, and it's the same thing. You got to move on to that next pitch mentality. The game was still within reach after that. We just weren't able to scratch anything across.
This team's been resilient all year, but it's a different kind of pressure when it's like you can be celebrating or it's over tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's the position that they were in today, and now we're both in that position tomorrow. So it's going to be a fun atmosphere, a fun game. I can't wait for it. I mean, it's going to be exciting.
Andrew, what?
Joey called it while that was playing. He is Nate Bargatze and Jared Willis combined.
Yeah, if he was in, naked and
separated
afraid,
at birth type
Nate
deal.
Bargatze,
Lookalikes, if you will. Okay, so I don't know how available I assume you are willing to pitch anybody tomorrow because if you lose, they've got all offseason to recover. Kittredge probably isn't available for a ton. Mo was asking about, did you like the decision to go with Ray today? I think they only went with Ray for an inning because they still think Ray could be used heavily. If you've got to have some sort of starter capability there in case something crazy happens.
Yeah.
Taillon wakes up with COVID,
Right.
Knock on wood. Taillon doesn't feel well. Taillon slips in the shower in the morning. Whatever.
Coughs,
Throws his back out. Whatever. You got to have somebody that can do that. Ray is still available tomorrow.
yeah.
And now that you didn't throw Keller, Keller's going to be used tomorrow. They've still got lined up Keller, Palencia, Pomeranz.
Yep.
Pretty much everybody's available to them in the bullpen tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd like to say that, just to kind of go back a little bit about my opinion on the opener and Shota. I think that in hindsight, Craig Counsell's lucky the Cubs didn't score any runs because that means that the offense is the number one reason we lost this game.
Yeah.
Hindsight being 2020, I don't think the opener really worked in this situation. And I know you guys said Shota pitched fine, and he did, but in a postseason game, you can't walk Tatis, and you can't let their big dog beat you. And he did both those things in the same inning. So while you're right, starting pitching didn't lose this game for us, the offense did because they were ice cold. I don't think, looking back, I like the idea of Kittredge being the opener in a spot that he really never did before with us, and Shota never coming into the second inning before. It just didn't work looking back.
So what you're saying is if and when the Cubs advance tomorrow to face the Brewers and Shota has a start, you wouldn't use an opener next time.
I would start him. I think that
you just simply start him.
You don't forget, and you said it, I think best, the past 2 years, he's arguably been your best pitcher. And the Cubs' record in his starts are phenomenal. Okay? Yes, I know he had some speed bumps the past couple starts, but you're talking about a really good pitcher, and you're throwing him out of his routine. You're throwing Kittredge out of his routine. I'm not smart enough to say that had we won today, I wouldn't be praising the move. I hear you. I can flip-flop on this. But I'm just saying, looking back with the information we have now, I don't think it worked.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a results-based business.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Right.
He gave up a run.
Yeah.
His whole job is to pitch a clean inning, to move it over to Shota. He gave up a run. It didn't work. Yeah. In terms of us armchairing the call, I was fine with it personally because we saw again. I personally, I was surprised that they let Shota face Tatis and Machado a second time.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's what they were trying to avoid. In terms of Shota moving forward, Sal Frelick hits leadoff for the Milwaukee Brewers. So does Kristen Yelich. So Shota will start in that situation. They don't need that opener. But Luke, to your point, I think what's interesting heading into tomorrow, and when we talk about who they used and more importantly who they didn't use yesterday, I can tell you right now, I see at least 15 outs the Chicago Cubs can cover right now. If you wanted to do Colin Ray for 2 innings, you got Daniel Palencia at your disposal for 3, and I would prepare for Brad Keller throwing multiple innings tomorrow. This is game on, right?
Yeah.
If he's been so good this year that he's been able to get out of innings in the 8 to 12 pitch mark. Bring him back for that second inning, man. Get me those 6 outs. And then you even mentioned on top of it, Pomeranz is a guy that you can use too as well. If you get into some trouble and it's a Ryan O'Hearn situation or even I wouldn't do it with the Luis Arias, but in that back half, if you got some problem there with traffic. So they got a lot of stuff at their disposal. I guess that is a bit of a silver lining where they didn't have to burn through all their guys in a losing cause. The fact that they were never ever really offensively making it a threat allowed them to use Taylor Rogers in this game. So the silver lining is they do have guys to throw at them tomorrow. And not only that, they have guys that throw at them, full freight, full complement of pitches.
How bold are you willing to go in Game 3? That's the question I ask you. What's the boldest thing you'd like to see the Cubs try to do in Game 3 against the Padres? We'll get to that in a second. We'll talk more about Game 3, but first, a word from our sponsors. New vehicles in store at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and this is your chance to score a great deal at the Drive into Fall event. Head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today to choose from their huge inventory of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. Right now, get up to $15,000 off MSRP or 0% financing for 72 months on a new 2025 model. Plus, you can shop over 125 vehicles they have priced under $20,000. And with a friendly team of brand experts, the team at Ray CDJR is ready to help you. Plus, since they prioritize affordability, you won't overpay for the vehicle you need. And with Ray's Price Promise, you could shop confident. The price you see is the price you pay. So go check out our partner today. Shop one of the area's largest inventories. Find the right vehicle for you. Drive into Fall event. Huge savings on new models. For more information, visit Ray CDJR today on Route 12 in Fox Lake or online raycdjr.com. Serving the community since 1963.
And hey, Chicago sports fans, you never know when you're going to have that hankering to go check out your favorite team, your favorite game, or even go to a concert, and you want to go last minute. Game Time app is the place to go because it gives the advantage back to the fans. You can unlock amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. Incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. These are always included, so you always know what you pay for up front. They have exclusive deals like discounts on zone deals. You choose the section, Game Time selects the seat, you save. Easy to find and buy MLB tickets and tickets for every kind of event in your area. Views from all seats in the venue, lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection, all that good stuff. So what you got to do is take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app right now. Create an account and use code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create an account, redeem. CHGO is the code. $20 off. Tap ticket. Go. Download the Game Time app today.
All right, we're back. It's 3-0. Cubs get shut out, and now we are fully focused on Game 3. Winner takes all. The season will either end on Thursday for your Chicago Cubs in 2025, or they will move on to Milwaukee to face the Brewers.
That's what's happening. The Cubs are winning tomorrow.
Well, I will say I'm sticking with my prediction.
Yeah,
Cubs in 3.
You guys win.
Joey said Cubs in 3.
Cubs don't sweep. It's okay. It's all right.
Well, we
it
don't
stinks
do that
today.
this year. That's right.
It will be better tomorrow. The Cubs just don't sweep. This is right on course for me.
Sarah brought up a couple of days ago, they did sweep the Cardinals.
Yeah.
But
the
it is
Cardinals
rare
suck.
for us to sweep.
It's rare.
It is rare.
Okay.
That's something this whole season I've wanted to win series. I'm not about
Yeah.
sweeping. I'm about winning series.
This is the biggest series to win
Right,
tomorrow.
exactly.
Yes, this
I'm
is the
about
only one that
hitting
matters.
The 90-plus wins, win the series.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, we had another Toyota Super Chat. One more, I think, on the day. Mo again throwing the cash around
Bring
at
it
us.
back.
A little cheddar here. I'm 100% about the opener. No other team is doing this. You got to pitch the arms that you have there. Wish we had Arrieta of old going tomorrow. Yeah, me too.
Me too.
I heard him on the radio today. I was like, man, Arrieta was such a vibe.
Yeah, he was.
You'd be doing your post-game interviews. He's in there cranking out the Pilates machine.
Alpha.
And you're like, what is going on?
He was a specimen. He was.
Jake Arrieta, I don't think I've ever seen him with his sleeves on.
Why would you want to? Why would you want to?
I'm trying to think of. I don't think I've ever seen Arrieta with sleeves
Outside of a game because he had to wear sleeves. 'Cause
Yes,
the jersey.
Anywhere in the ballpark, it could have been one of those 37-degree days at Wrigley Field. Arrieta was in a tank top, ripped sleeves off.
This is going to timestamp the three of us. Do you remember that Dennis Rodman mural, the Brooks Brothers mural, sleeveless, that stopped traffic for days? We probably could have used that back then.
Instead, it will be Jameson Taillon tomorrow. So I asked before the break, I asked you in the chat, and I asked you guys, how bold are you willing to see Counsell get? One thing I don't think would happen, if it were 4 days for the series, if you had a day off, then I think you can consider doing what the Marlins did to the Cubs in 2003, bringing some starters back. Could I see Boyd coming in a relief appearance? There's not enough. There hasn't been enough time between that. Even though his appearance wasn't that long, I don't believe Boyd is. I think he's the one guy. He and Shota are the two that are not available.
I don't think you need them, too, because you're asking Boyd then to be a relief pitcher, which he wasn't all year. I think you have Thielbar and you have,
right, but those guys hadn't for the Marlins either, and all of a sudden it was like, man, we got these studs that are dominating. Why not bring them back?
And I don't want to speak for Matthew Boyd, but I guarantee you he will walk into Craig Counsell's office tomorrow morning and say, if you need me, I got you. If you need an out, I'll give you one.
I would believe that he says that, and I would also believe that the Cubs think they have enough guys that they would be just fine not having him on 2 days rest.
And then you win tomorrow and he starts game 1 on Saturday. That's what I'm saying.
So bold. So I probably got 2 bold ones for you, and I'm not advocating for these, but you're saying if they were to go bold, what would it possibly be?
Yeah.
The first one would be moving Kyle Tucker out of the cleanup spot and moving him down in the order. If you look at career splits of a lot of the Cubs hitters versus Yu Darvish, not a lot. It's small sample size stuff. Like honestly, like Carson Kelly's 3 for 10. So if you wanted to convince me to go back to that old model of Seiya at the 3, Carson at the 4, something at 5, maybe Kyle Tucker 5 or 6, I think that would be a bold move. The other bold move is, let's be real, I like him as a player. We're trying to win tomorrow's game. After the second at bat or even the second at bat, you see Mo Baller pinch hit for Matt Shaw early on in the game to make sure that you get him, whatever the matchup is, you get the matchup that you want. And hopefully that's a situation where Dansby's already on base or something like that. I just could see him jumping to the bench a little bit earlier with Matt Shaw than anything else, trying to get Mo Baller in the game. That's probably the best I got for you with the
Is Mo Baller then as a pinch hit situation, right? Because then he's
Willie Castro would go to third.
That means Castro's then batting. I don't want Castro batting at all.
Well, then you do Justin Turner.
He doesn't bat.
But no, I mean, then you got decisions to make.
Yeah,
then. No, 100%.
I hear you.
So, I could see Turner getting in at bat.
Well, Turner is.
I could see that.
Turner's 5 for 24 lifetime against Yu Darvish. He's the guy who's had the most at bats against Yu Darvish.
Okay. Whoa!
But again,
he shows up in the lineup.
But Yu Darvish isn't pitching past the 4th inning, so I can't imagine Justin Turner getting into this game.
Right.
I can't.
So okay, I'm not trying to argue with you. I want to hear clarify.
No, 100%.
My bold move. Now, my bold move would be different. I would sub somebody out. Counsell's not going to do that. So my bold prediction is going to be, I think you're going to see a different batting order. I think you can. I'd be shocked if Ian Happ is the 3rd hitter tomorrow in that lineup. I see movement. Seiya Suzuki's seeing the ball great. He's been red hot. He's got to bat 3. Okay. Now you want to move Tucker down as well. I just see movement in the lineup. Again, I think a case could be made for benching one of those guys. I don't think Counsell will do it. Veteran guys are going to play. But my bold prediction is Counsell is going to have – it's going to be a different batting order tomorrow than what you saw the past 2 games.
I'm with you 100%. I think the batting order changes a little bit. There won't be something as crazy as somebody pitching that you don't expect to pitch, and I don't think you're going to have Tucker sitting. I don't think you're going to have Happ sitting. I don't think you're going to have PCA sitting.
Right.
None of that silliness. It's going to be the guys that got them there, and you're just going to move the order around a little bit. I mean, absolutely, Seiya can move up.
He should.
And should move up. Yep. I'll be floored if that doesn't happen. All right. How about a Romans just in time after game 2?
I feel like I gave you a little foreshadowing earlier. I should have saved it, but Romans just in time is the Cubs need to score early tomorrow. I said it in the preview show. I think you saw today why it's a bad idea to play from behind against the Padres. The Cubs need to jump on Yu Darvish early and often. They got to knock him out 2nd inning, 3rd inning. They need to play with a lead because, again, that Padres bullpen is daunting. You don't want to play from behind from the 5th inning and beyond. And I think game 1 showed you that our bullpen is almost just as daunting. You want to play with the lead, but that only happens if you jump on Yu Darvish early. And X factor here, the crowd will go bananas. They'll go berserk because they're going to be a little nervous tomorrow. So scoring early and often, I think, is the key to win the game and to win the series.
All right, Joey. This is the most important one you've ever done in your life.
Oh my God, let's do it. You ready?
It is time for you
my God,
to
I
look
can't
into your crystal ball.
I'm going to do the most important crystal ball with what I'm about to say.
Ever.
Hey, Cubs fan, I got some news for you. We're winning tomorrow, okay? So what I need you to do is I need you to get rest. I need you to wake up. I need you to have a good breakfast. Do whatever you got to do. If you're going to Wrigley, great. If you're hanging out with friends, do what you got to do. But the Chicago Cubs are winning tomorrow. And I want you to look behind you right now and go to that bookshelf that's behind you. And I want you to pull out your Chicago Cubs book and open it up, right? You've been a Cubs fan for forever. We know trauma, we know pain, and we know moments. And open up that book and grab a pen because you're about to write a new chapter of this Game 3 series right now that we're all going to remember and talk about. And Joey's crystal ball is that at the end of this series and when the Chicago Cubs win, we're going to look back and we are going to say, Dansby Swanson, you are officially a Cub, okay? You signed a lucrative deal, $184 million deal, and yeah, you've been on the team and you've won Gold Gloves, but are you really a Cub that 15 years from now we're going to look back and we're going to say, hey, that's Dansby Swanson, Cub for life. I think Dansby Swanson defensively, offensively shows up tomorrow with his glove, with the bat, and when you write down in your next Cubs chapter, hey, we moved on to the divisional series to play the Brewers. What a great time. Hey, remember that Game 3? Remember that Game 3? We're going to talk about Dansby Swanson. Cubs win tomorrow. Get some rest. See you here for the watch-along.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
my.
it. He had props. He had props.
Props. If we could
Found
just
this prop at the last second.
just end the show
Decided to
right
use it. I
now.
hope I
Well,
didn't
we got
break
4
it.
more minutes.
That's a glove drop. Phew.
A glove drop.
a gold glove drop.
A gold
at
glove
that.
drop.
Does it go back on?
Um,
Hope so.
I like that. Dansby as the hero tomorrow. Well,
That is a great reminder. We will have our watch along. We're going to announce the start of the game as soon as we know. We don't know yet, correct? Yeah.
Yes,
And
we don't know. I'm assuming at the conclusion of the
Right
Red
after
Sox
the game,
Yankees,
yeah.
but a great way is check out and follow us on Twitter at
Oh, yeah.
CHGO Cubs because we'll probably post about it.
it won't be the
Absolutely.
late. It won't be the late game tomorrow. We're either going to be at like
But it's-
2 o'clock or a little bit
It'll
after
be like
that.
3 or either 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock.
That'd be my guess.
Unless both series go that after us here go, they end, and there's only 2 games
That's
tomorrow.
true. That's
Then
true.
we're the late game.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, once the time is announced, I'll make the link right away, and then you guys can also head to our YouTube channel, CHGO Cubs.
And really quick, my buddy Sean Graves on the text thread, not confirmed, but he just read this, that here's the scenario. If all 4 series are going tomorrow, the game will stay at 2 o'clock. If Red Sox-Yankees ends tonight, but Dodgers-Reds goes Game 3, Cubs game will start at around 5. Yeah. If Reds-Dodgers end and other 3 are still going, the game could be at 4:08. That also seems very likely, but obviously we have to see about the results tonight. Right. So don't hold us to it, but those are all possibilities. Guess what? It'll be sometime in the time-ish of afternoonish to early evening-ish.
There you go.
That's what we'll probably be at.
Okay.
What's stuck with you? What's stuck with you?
Yeah. What stuck with me?
Yeah.
All right, it's time for a little stuck with me. What stuck with me in Game 2? Anxiety stuck with me. That 4th piece of rally cake in 2 days is definitely stuck with me. And what stuck with me is that we are here, winner takes all, Game 3. There is no place I'd rather be tomorrow than watching Cubs playoff baseball with everything on the line. And beautiful, historic Wrigley Field is filled with wild, rabid Cubs fans. Bring it on. Don't be nervous. This is what we've waited for. This is what we've begged for the last 4 years. We want a real, legitimate playoff series win celebrated at Wrigley Field. It only happened once in 2015, once in 2016. The Cubs don't clinch at Wrigley. They have a chance to do it tomorrow. It's right there. It's sitting on a platter for them. All they have to do is score some freaking runs. So you know what? They say on Friday Night Lights, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Nice.
Right?
Nice. You said it's sitting on a platter, right?
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
I'd say it's sitting on a Portillo's platter.
Portillo's platter rally cake. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. I don't know the rest of it. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. That's what we want.
Yes.
We need Ben Johnson throwing out the first pitch
that would be
tomorrow.
great.
That's what we need tomorrow. Ben Johnson.
He's not working this week.
Grabbing the microphone from Eddie Vedder and saying, good, better, best, never let it rest.
The going gets good till your better get best, something like that.
That's what we
be
want.
great.
Live watch along coming tomorrow. Be there with us. We appreciate all of you that were here with us today. It's been fun. This isn't over. This isn't over. It's just the beginning.
Don't leave us
You don't
down.
want me giving the speech.
Score
Cam.
predictions real quick before we head out. What do you guys think
Cubs in
tomorrow?
3. I've said it. Cubs in 3.
No, but what's your score prediction?
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
He's not answering the question, Sarah. He's not answering the
I got to
question.
sleep on it.
Cake talking.
He's got to sleep on it.
You're right, Jay Owens. It's right there, baby. It's right there. And we will be here too. Hope you're with us for the watch along tomorrow at I don't know what time, but we're going to be here when the game is on. Live watch along. Then the post game show for an hour, maybe 3 hours if they win.
Oh, baby. No sleeping tomorrow.
Are we bringing more cake tomorrow?
We didn't come this far to just stop being this far. We are in it for the long haul. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Come
We
on!
got to go. Fly the W.
For
Thanks.
Rhino tomorrow.
Win it for Rhino.
We all silly like the mayor.